Choosing a phone can be hard, and when you add a budget constraint to it, it can get downright nerve-wracking. Worry not though, we are back again with the best phones under video, and today we are taking a look at the under 10k price segment. Hey guys, Omoto here from C4eTech, and if you do end up liking this video, then please consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's now get started. Budget smartphones have come a long way in recent years, but when it comes to the 10k segment, we find companies making compromises, cutting a few corners here and there in order to hit that price point. So unlike the rest of our best phone under videos, where we focus on phones that excel at a certain aspect, today we are gonna focus mainly on all-rounders, phones that can do it all and do it reasonably well. Kicking off this list, we have the Realme C3. At 7,499 rupees, it is one of the cheapest phones on this list. It's got a 6.5-inch HD display to the front, protected by Corning's Gorilla Glass 3. We have a plastic build surrounding it, but the red and blue colors look really good, at least to my eyes. Internally, there's a Helio G70 processor that keeps things running at a good pace. We have Realme UI on board, and for the segment, the performance here is pretty decent. Yes, there are occasional stutters and frame drops, especially while playing demanding titles, but the Mali G52 MC2 manages to deliver a playable experience. Powering all of this, we have a 5000 mAh battery, and there's even support for reverse charging. Wired, of course. Now, coming to the cons, well, we have a micro USB port in here. There's no fingerprint scanner. The charging speed is also limited to only 10 watts. As for the optics, we have a 12+2 megapixel shooter to the back that performs decently under bright light, and there's a 5 megapixel selfie shooter to the front as well. Realme has also launched an updated version of the Realme C3 under the Nazo series. The Nazo 10A is basically the Realme C3 with a different design, a fingerprint scanner, and an added 2 megapixel macro camera. For those added features, Realme wants us to shell out 1,000 rupees more. So if that seems like a good deal, the Nazo 10A at 8,499 can also be another option. Moving on to the second proper entry on the list, we have the Redmi Note 7S. Now, it does cost 500 rupees more, but we get Corning's Gorilla Glass 5 to the front as well as the back. A glass sandwich build is pretty rare for this segment. We also have a Full HD Plus 6.3-inch IPS panel to the front. Running the show is a Snapdragon 660. Yes, it's an amazing workhorse, but it's beginning to show its age now. So while the general UI performance is acceptable, the Adreno 512 GPU struggles a bit, especially in high-intensity gaming scenarios. We also have a 4000 mAh battery in here that, coupled with MIUI, gives pretty decent battery life. The Type-C port at the bottom supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 4.0, however, the included charger here is just 10 watts. As far as cameras go, we have a 48 megapixel Samsung GM1 sensor in here that takes pretty good images. We even have support for Gcam, and that improves the low light capabilities. The secondary sensor here is another 5 megapixel depth sensor, and to the front we have a 13 megapixel selfie snapper nestled in a water drop notch. The 332GB version of the Note 7S comes in at 8,999 rupees. At the third spot, we have the Realme 5i. At 9,999 rupees, it comes with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage, coupled with a Snapdragon 665 SoC. We also get a 12 megapixel primary camera, an 8 megapixel ultra-wide, a 2 megapixel depth sensor, as well as a 2 megapixel macro camera. There's an 8 megapixel selfie shooter thrown into the mix as well. Like most other phones in this range, we have a water drop notch on top of the 6.5-inch HD Plus IPS panel. The battery capacity here is 5000 mAh, and we also have an included 10-watt charger. This is one of the best combinations of performance and optics that we can find under the 10k price bracket. For the fourth spot, we have the Vivo U10. Like most of our other entries, we get an HD Plus IPS LCD panel here. The Vivo though is a bit smaller at 6.35 inches. Pushing all those pixels is an 11nm Snapdragon 665. So the combination of these two coupled with a 5000 mAh battery should make for excellent battery life. We even have 18-watt fast charging through the included power brick, but the port is micro USB, not Type-C. Coming back to performance for a bit, the Snapdragon 665 in here performs great with the Adreno 610 GPU handling most demanding games pretty well. As far as the cameras go, we have a 13 megapixel primary and 8 megapixel ultra wide, something we don't generally see in this range, and finally a 2 megapixel depth sensor makes up the triple camera stack to the rear, while to the front we have an 8 megapixel snapper. The 332GB variant of the Vivo U10 is available for just under 10,000 rupees. And finally, for the fifth spot, we have the Redmi 8. We have a plastic body with dual rear cameras. The primary here is a 12 megapixel sensor and that's coupled with a 2 megapixel depth sensor. To the front, we have a 6.22 inch HD Plus IPS panel with a notch up top that holds the 8 megapixel selfie snapper. Internally, we have the Snapdragon 439 chip. Decent enough for daily usage, but not as powerful as the Narzo, Vivo or even the Redmi Note 7S. Powering all of this, we have a 5000 mAh battery that supports up to 18 watts fast charging, but the charger here is 10 watts only. We do have Type-C though. So the 464GB version of the Redmi 8 comes in at 9,299 rupees. One of the few phones under the 10,000 rupee mark that comes with 4 gigs of RAM. Also, if you want something that's a bit cheaper, then the Redmi 8A Dual comes with almost the same specs as the Redmi 8. The only change here is that we have a 13 megapixel rear shooter instead of the 12 megapixel one on the Redmi 8. The Redmi 8A Dual also has a 232GB variant that starts at 7,299 rupees. Well, that about concludes our list, but then we do have some special mentions in here. First up, the Infinix S5 Lite. This is the only phone with a punch hole design that we managed to find in this segment. It comes with a 6.6 inch HD Plus panel to the front. Now, Infinix might be calling this an Infinity O panel, but guys, this isn't AMOLED. In fact, it's a regular IPS display. Don't think Samsung would be too happy about the branding here. Anyway, the punch hole holds a 16 megapixel selfie shooter. The back here is plastic and it holds triple rear cameras, a 16 megapixel primary, a 2 megapixel depth sensor and finally a low light camera. We also have a Helio P22 chipset from MediaTek powering all of it. And then there's a 4000 mAh battery as well. Now, we haven't tested this phone out, so we can't really comment on how good the performance here is or how XOS 5.5 runs, but from a purely specs point of view, this one seems to be interesting. The 464GB version of the Infinix S5 Lite is available at 8,499 rupees, basically the same price as the Narzo 10A. And our second special mention is the Samsung Galaxy M10s. If you want an AMOLED panel or the Samsung branding under 10,000 rupees, then this is the best option. We get a 6.4 inch HD Plus AMOLED panel that's being powered by an Exynos 7884B processor. We also have a 4000 mAh battery along with 15 watt fast charging through the Type-C port. As far as cameras go, we have a 13 plus 5 megapixel combination to the rear and an 8 megapixel selfie shooter to the front. For 8,999 rupees, we can get better performing phones, but this one comes with the Tier 1 branding as well as the AMOLED screen. So summing it all up, if you're looking for a great build, Full HD Plus display, great cameras with decent performance, then get the Redmi Note 7S. If you're looking for quad cameras with a powerful processor, get the Realme 5i. And if you want a smaller phone that doesn't compromise on cameras or performance with support for 18 watt fast charging, then the Vivo U10 is worth looking into. Now, if you're looking for something that's a bit cheaper and you don't mind a few camera or performance compromises, then the Realme C3 and the Narzo 10A are worth looking at. If for some reason you really want a Redmi phone and 4 gigs of RAM is important to you, then we have the Redmi 8. If you really want a punch hole display, then there's the Infinix S5 Lite, and for AMOLED lovers, we have the M10s from Samsung. That's about it for this video. Now, I know some of you may disagree with some of the choices that we have made, so do tell us down in the comments what phone you feel should have made it to this list. Also, what price segment should we tackle next on the best phone under series? Let us know via the comments. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on however you felt about this video. Subscribe, share and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Thanks a lot for sticking around till the end, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.